Welcome to the Bitcoin Globe, day 1231, where we are counting the days down until the next Bitcoin halving. Bitcoin is accelerating the evolution of technology and peace, in my opinion. It's accelerating the evolution of peace. We did not know how powerful and how much of an impact the internet was going to have. But maybe some of us did. Maybe the ones closest to the internet, just like the early adopters of Bitcoin, or perhaps the ones that have understood the potential before everybody else, and they are going to be rewarded. If they held onto their bitcoins, they are going to get the reward they deserved. I'm not a super early adopter, and I don't know if I would have been. I don't think I would have understand the usefulness of it back in, what was it, 2000? When was it? 8 years ago, right? So like 2009, I think, is when. Correct me if I'm wrong. I need to study my history of Bitcoin a bit more, but I don't know if I would understand it when I was that young. Now I understand it. I've never had like much luck with the banking infrastructure. It was just kind of like trial and error, and mostly errors. I feel like you should learn about this stuff in school. You should be educated on how the financial system works, but they don't want you to be educated on it because just like back in the day where they didn't want you to read and write, you're easier to take advantage of. And so in school, we're not really taught about financial instruments unless you're like taking accounting or something like that. And even then it's like glossed over, like taxes. I was never taught about taxes or anything like that. It's mostly you have to hope that you don't make any mistakes and you don't draw any negative attention, and try to do what's best for humanity in your own way. Bitcoin is a technology that I feel like is amazing for humanity and could empower humanity. We did not know what the internet was going to transform, how the internet was going to transform the world. And we did not know, and we do not know. There's like clues, I think, if you look around, there's clues at what Bitcoin's going to transform. I was talking about how the police raided the cannabis medical dispensary the other day. They raid it, and when they raid them, they come in, they break all the cameras, they bust open the cash registers, and these are local police. These are not feds, and they will blow up, any safes, anything holding cash, and they take your cash and they take your product, and they bounce, and then they go eat tacos and they celebrate. And for me, it's a bit weird. The system, I don't quite understand it. And I think it's all about the cash. If they're not going to just do it for the product, if there wasn't cash in there, I don't think they would go for it. So the idea would be to only accept Bitcoin. And so somebody who really wants this medicine, which the medicine, if it's good, will sell itself. If it's, organic and not all like, some people will grow some crappy cannabis and it's probably not good for you. Some of it is medicinal and needs to be studied and researched a lot more. But imagine if these police busted in to come get your cash and there wasn't any, because you're keeping it in something more secure, in an updated version of cash. Cash 2.0, gold 2.0. This is what Bitcoin is. There is not going to be a Bitcoin 2.0 until maybe much later into the future, when we probably don't even have we don't even use money. That's like way in the future, right? But we're not there yet. But we do need to make steps in that direction, and Bitcoin is that next step. With gift cards, you can buy Target. Like at Target, let's say I had a Walmart gift card for $50. I could take that into Target and spend it there as if it were cash. So that's new to me. Maybe that's been around for a while, but I don't think so. Where you can actually go into Target and spend other gift cards. And that's because they're not doing so well. Their stores aren't that great. A lot of stores aren't doing so well. And that's bothers me, because like these cannabis shops that are opening up in like old buildings that nobody's using, and paying rent and paying, helping out the economy by paying taxes and whatnot. That's such a beautiful thing. They don't deserve to be raided. As long as they're following regulation, they shouldn't be raided. It's awful to me, and it's unfortunate for them that they're easy targets. They're really easy targets right now. And so the police and whoever needs cash is going to go for it and then go eat tacos afterwards. Yeah, it's a crazy world we're living in, but I feel like the tools are there for us to evolve. Bitcoin being the number one tool that I'm most interested in right now. I saw that Hawaii is becoming very interested in Bitcoin for tourism. And that got me to thinking, imagine if Bitcoin was somewhat segregated, where there were US Bitcoins or Hawaii Bitcoins or something like that, in which, like, let's say I want to go on a trip to China, and China was offering, a $10,000 premium on Bitcoins, where I could sell my Bitcoins at a huge premium there for tourism purposes, where, I would have to land there, exchange them my Bitcoin, they would give me cash or some, maybe like a local digital currency or something like that that's used for tourism, and at a huge premium, and then I could like live it up in China at that premium. But they'd have to find some way to eliminate arbitrage, so people weren't just doing this to abuse the system. That's just a idea that I'm having. Like, imagine if I could go to Hawaii and there was a $100, $200 premium on my Bitcoins in Hawaii, where I changed my Bitcoin. I landed in Hawaii, I changed my Bitcoins into Hawaii Dash or something like that, and am able to spend that anywhere in Hawaii and I'm at gaining a bit of a premium. That may encourage more tourism, and that may create a snowball effect where, like, Hawaii is offering a 20% premium now. The Philippines is offering a 100% premium. It's like, am I going to go to the Philippines or Hawaii? And it kind of gets into a bidding war, and your value of your Bitcoin goes up and up and up, because everybody's competing to get your Bitcoins, which they should be competing to get your Bitcoins. If they are not providing a good enough service, they should not be getting your Bitcoins, because you should be holding those Bitcoins until at least 2020, if not beyond that. So that's it for this video, guys. Feel free to ask me questions. Feel free to send me some positive energy. I could use some positive energy. It's a bit of I'm weather oriented. Like, if the sun's out, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling pretty good today, even though it's, rainy and gloomy. I have 2 clones now. I want to actually show those to you. So I'm going to quickly walk over to my children here so that you guys can see. This is going to be some Bitcoin for me. I am going to trade some of my product here, my beautiful product, for some Bitcoin in the future. So I need to take really good care of these. In fact, I need to get them some light right now, but I only have 2. I have my medical card, so I can legally grow, even though you don't even need a medical card to legally grow anymore. You can have 6. But here it is, the Sunset Sherbet guy. It's actually a female plant, female clone. It doesn't have its roots yet. I have 2 of them now, and they are beautiful, and they can be about, what is it now? You can sell a pound of medicine for cannabis medicine for about 2,500, I think it is. So that is what, 2.5 Bitcoins right now. So you could exchange, essentially, you get one of these and you grow it, and you can exchange it if you do a good job. You have to do a really good job. It's not that easy to take care of it. Think of it like taking care of a dog. There's a lot of shitbag dogs out there because they don't have good owners, right? So you have to and plants are almost no different. You have to give them a lot of attention and take care of them and study and research. But if you do a damn good job and people like your product, they can pay up to 2.5 per pound of it, and each one can provide up to 2 pounds if it's outdoors, whatnot. So that's a good amount of Bitcoin, right, for a plant, and it's a very valuable plant. Soon, maybe I probably won't even be able to exchange it for 1 Bitcoin. No, not even. It's gonna be like, this plant is actual value of Bitcoin right now after the reverse bubble pops is probably 0.1 Bitcoin, maybe 0.01 Bitcoin. But that's why I want to try to get as much Bitcoin as I can right now, and then hold.